Welcome and thank you so much for watching. This is God and Money. I'm going to just get straight into it. It was 2 years ago when Peter, not his real name, came to the office and we were just having chats, and he started to tell me how he worked for this family as a driver a couple of years ago. And he'd basically take the kids to school, take them for their different activities, and this one morning he was late, wasn't able to have breakfast at home, and he drove quickly took the mat, went to the house to pick up the kids, and while he was waiting for them to get ready and come downstairs, he told the house help through the window, "Hey Panas, you just help me with a cup of tea, I'm starving." And she just looked at him and said, "Hey, apana hapa, it's not gonna happen." So he's like, "What are you talking about?" So background is Peter grew up in the village, and in the village, as in, food was available. Even if they were not rich, actually, they were struggling, but food was never an issue. And people shared whatever it is they had, however little it was. So he couldn't understand what he's being told. He just asked for tea. And this nanny tells him, "By the way, there's no way. We're not allowed to give workers food." He's like, "I'm just asking for a cup of tea." So after a bit of an exchange, the lady was like, "Anyway, you know what? Just ask. Uliza mama." Ask the woman of the house. So he was like, "Sawa." So the lady comes downstairs and he's like, "Hey, habari ya leo, can I please have a cup of tea?" By the way, she looked at him, snapped at him, and gave him an unequivocal no. He was shocked. He was like, "Tea?" Anyway, he left it at that. A couple of weeks later, they happened to have boxes and boxes and boxes of a certain cereal, and they were in the garage. And he was like, "By the way, these things, my children really like them. Can I get one? Not the box, but a sachet within the box." And they were like, "Please, can you just, what are you asking?" And that story really saddened me, because I was like, why would you, who is so wealthy, has so much, not give a cup of tea? A cup of tea. This one is the one now that brought it home for me. And allow me to please share it. It's actually a few months ago. I get home and say hi to the kids and so on and so forth, and I go to the kitchen. So there's this lady who comes to my house every 3 times a week, and she was kind of done and wrapping up, and she came to the kitchen where I was, and she said to me, "Sasa mama, tuse sijui kama unaweza nikubali." Do I have to say, let me say this in English so that in case you're not Swahili speaking, you understand. "Would it be possible for me to please come with my own ingredients? I cook my own food because my baby is still nursing. And when I leave this house, I'm literally about to collapse. By the time I get home, I'm famished and I don't know what to do because I even get dizzy. Would it be possible for me to just come with my own food so at least I eat at lunchtime?" I looked at her in utter shock. I'm like, what are you talking about? You don't eat, but there's food in the fridge. And even if there's no food, I have a cupboard that has even unga, and you can make yourself some ugali. Why wouldn't you go ahead and do that? She said, "Oh, in other houses, in other homes, you're not allowed to eat there." And so I wasn't sure what the rules are here. We've never really talked about it. I felt like crying. I was so sad being a mom myself and understanding that hunger for when you're breastfeeding, that she's not able to eat, because psychologically that's how she's been trained, and where she's worked she's not allowed to eat. Excuse me, Kenyans, but I mean, really, food for lunch. These guys look after your most precious possessions. This man is driving your children all over the place, taking them for swimming, sijui piano, sijui violin, gymnastics, to school. You can't give them a cup of tea, food, in your house. And for me, that just baffles me. And so I want to talk about giving and just let you know that it's not just giving for giving. It's in your home with whoever you're interacting with. How are you treating the people who work around you, the people that you're with, the watchman by the door or by the gate that you leave every morning when you go? Do you even say hello? Even just a hello. Sometimes you think of giving and you think, I need a lot of money to be able to give. But it's not just money. It's giving of your time, giving of your talents, giving of your skill, of your advice, of encouragement. Walking with people a journey together, knowing that, imagine, just like you, they're humans and they go through challenging situations just like you. So today, I just want to encourage you to think about others, even as you try and sort out your own challenges. Imagine, just think about others as well, and you'll be amazed. The Bible says, "Give, and it shall come back to you, pressed down, shaken together, running over." I'm going to wind this up today, but I want to discuss giving again. because I want us to understand why is it important to give, and beyond what the Bible says, like psychologically, physically, what does giving do for you? God bless you guys. Have a wonderful Sunday and give this coming week. God bless.